So you wanted a recording of me doing the gun cleaning, or at least an instruction on gun cleaning, or how I do it. For starters, obviously you have your gun here. You got mine here. Don't have the lower hooked up. If you have your lower already on, to take it apart, you push in these two pins and you just take it off. So for a little wipe down, I'm using this Birchwood KC silicone cloth. Really good for especially Geisley products. Get a nice little wipe down after you shoot. It polishes it, comes off. It's super nice cloth. You take it there, it's like $6. So you wipe it off, see how the nice Geisley body looks. So after you taking your upper off, pull on your charging handle, pull back, pull your bolt carrier group out, pull down on your charging handle. There'll be two little lips inside of there, right in here. You'll be able to pull it off. And we'll go ahead and set this aside for later in the cleaning video. So to take this apart, it's pretty simple. Get yourself a little punch, or you can pull it out with your finger. Pull out this little retaining pin. Drop the firing pin into your hand. Push the extractor back. Pull out the retainer. Pull out the extractor. There you go. You have your bolt. There's the body of it. And if you really want to get an even deeper clean, go ahead. Punch that pin out. And be careful not to rip that gasket. There's a gasket there. And you'll go ahead and get to cleaning. So I'm using this little flathead thing. Comes with your standard Gunmaster cleaning kit. You can get it wherever your local gun store. So I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna scrape all this extra carbon off. There's plenty of it. So you can see right there, it's kind of matted on. This is just after one shoot. A brand new upper, brand new bolt carrier group. This is maybe about 20-25 rounds, 30 at most going through it. Just a little test on how it shoots and what needs changed. So what I like to do is I like to scrape all that brass off, and I'll go back through, take this little cloth, and now look, that's nice and back to being metal again, and not covered in brass and all sorts of junk. All that junk, I take this little pick, go around those edges, pick out those edges. Got any junk that might be in there. Go right through, right down the sidewall. Push a lot of this extra scrap off. Take this one last time. Wipe it on there. And just do that until all the carbon is off. So I only shot this once, there's not a lot on there. It's mainly just extra gunk. Okay. Another thing about this is it polishes and protects. Go through. Take my trusty CLP. Does a little bit there. Does a little bit there. You have to use these. You can use Q-tips, you can use these. I like these because they're wood. Take a little bit more of a sturdy beating. Put some steel pin. They're like brand new bulk carrier group, and it's already dirty. So you're gonna sit here and you're gonna run it through. And these are like $4, so don't feel bad if you break them. Here's all nice and lubricated. I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna go squeeze a little and be generous with it. CLP is the one thing that's gonna keep your weapon doing weapon stuff. If you don't lubricate it properly, if you are a little bit too stingy with it, you're gonna get damages. It's not gonna be fun. So now we're gonna go to here. We're gonna start hitting off some of that carbon. Keep digging that carbon off. Again, this weapon wasn't shot a lot, so it might vary for yours or for other experiences. So right now I'm scraping around there. I'm going to change the camera angle here so you can get a better look. Okay. So I'm grabbing this piece here. You can kind of see it. Zoom in a little bit. Won't be able to see it too well, but I'm just going around, scraping all that carbon off. Every gun's gonna vary. Your gun could get a lot, your gun could get a little. Your gun could get none. Doubt it though. The only way it's getting none is if it's sitting in your safe. You're not shooting it. So take this cloth, we'll run it down the bottom, make it nice and shiny, make it nice and pretty. There we go. I'm gonna inspect if there's any other carbon on here. So I'm looking around the whole base of the body. Let's back up. So I'm looking around the base. Nothing. It's very well lubricated. So see a little bit of carbon in there. Go through. I'm going to grab one little special tool. See if it'll let me go through, stick it in there. Alright, that's nice and clean. Let's go through, check this, make sure we're going to get a little bit of lube on that. Again, this O-ring and spring, they need to remain lubed. You don't want that dry. O-rings and rubber, when they get dry, they start to crack. So we'll take it, put it in here. There you go. Take this pin. I like to put the round side in first. Push it till it clicks. And there you go. I might go through. Pull a bit more on here. Just to be generous with it. Give it another little bit of a wipe down, rub it in. Okay. There we go. Now with all that off, all that extra little bit, nice and clean. So I'll set that to the side. I'm gonna give this a nice little wipe down. Now for these purposes, I already cleaned my firing pin. I don't really think that it's too impractical to know how to clean this. You'll have carbon buildup around here, carbon buildup up here, a lot of carbon buildup around on there. Let's see if I can zoom back out. So I'll take this and scrape around the center there. If you don't have one of these, you know, a Gerber works, any kind of screw, household nail, anything you got that can get in a little nook. Doesn't have to be a little surgical tool. Just to get around, but remember not to damage your stuff. Don't use something that is going to obviously damage your equipment and make it unserviceable. So there you go, nice and clean. Do the same thing we've been doing. Wipe it down. Wipe it down. Okay. Now we're going to go through. Move our retaining pin. Wipe that down nice. Okay. Here we go. The actual bolt carrier. So don't worry about taking these out. I don't ever recommend doing that. I know some of you guys are like, oh, I'm an armorer. Still, I don't recommend doing it. It's just a pain in the ass, and you really don't need to do it. You can scrape it and get enough with it with a scraping tool. So we'll go through and hear all that build up. Nice little build up. Again, take your little tool here, little Q-tips. Make sure this is nice and clean in here. I'm scratching off a little of that extra brass residual leftover stuff that's on there. Visually inspect your weapon, the bolt carrier, and ensure that there's no dirt, grime, or muck. Then we're going to go through and take our best friend here. We're going to lube it up nice and good. We'll do it again on this side. And we're going to lube it up. Take it and wipe it off, rub it in. You can see, use it in excess. You're gonna lube it again before you put your weapon. This is just as a, just as kind of like a wipe down. Get all that extra mess off of it. So now that we're all clean, you sit here and we're gonna reassemble this. Might take longer for you because your weapon might be dirtier. Might take less because your weapon's clean. Don't know. Really up to how much you shoot and you know what you're doing with that. So I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna dry it off a little bit. At least get all the fuzzies from the white cloth off. If you use a microfiber towel, it's a little bit nicer. You don't pick up as much residual bullshit. Clean it, nice and clean, still lubricated. We're gonna go through the bolt in. Ensure that it freely spins, there's nothing catching on it. I'll pull it back out, put a little bit of lube right here. Grab my safety Q-tip here. It comes right out the back. Go through and clean a little bit extra. If there's any other muck that's in there, it'll come out. You can see, kind of see down there. Okay. So in there. This looks nice. We rotate this around. When I say rotate around, you're gonna rotate this bolt until you find a nice little hole. And if it doesn't fit, don't force it. Just spin it around again until you find the other hole. And eventually, one's gonna fit. So sit here, I'll push this down. We're gonna put our firing pin back in. And I'll put this in here. This retaining pin, you can push it in. I like to push it all the way through, make sure it's nice and tight. Pull your bolt forward. Now your bolt carrier is complete. In your weapons cleaning kit, there should be a star chamber cleaner. Just gonna use the extension on it. You're gonna grab a couple things. You're gonna grab this little toothbrush looking thing, star chamber cleaner, your rod and rod extension. I use this just for this. Has a handle on it. Really helps for cleaning. So, we'll sit here, shove it in the base of the gun. And twist. You can already see a lot of gunk on there. Not as much as I was thinking, but still never fun to see. So I'm gonna go through and just like a toothbrush, put a little bit of this on here. And not only does it lube, but it also cleans. And what I'm using, just so you guys don't have any questions, is CLP, all-in-one formula for service, cleaner, lubricant, preservative. Pretty nice, I like it. Made by Safariland. Okay. See, now after putting the lube on there, got a little dirtier. So, we can take a little toothbrush, just like brushing teeth. Could have put some toothpaste on it. Put it right down here. I'm going to use this just to lightly brush on the gas tube, see if I can get any carbon. Flip it around. Use the skinny one. The skinny one's good for getting in that there's nooks and crannies. So here, scrape and scrape. Okay. Take my handy dandy Q-tip. Can already see that's pretty disgusting. Again, still pretty dirty. So we're taking a little tool here. Take your handy wipe here. Just wiping this down. Again, still pretty dirty. So, all right, next we're gonna run through the barrel cleaning. So, take a little swatch. You could take your handy little swatch holder. First, we're gonna go through and unravel this. This is a barrel bore pull through. Pretty handy dandy. So I can sit here and we're gonna screw it on there. take this, there's a little thing here, so you can turn this into a puller. If you're afraid it's not long enough for your barrel, I think it's about 22 or 23 inches long. Might be wrong, don't quote me on it. So you sit here, pull it through. It's always fun. That'll loosen and break up any carbon. There's none really on here. Again, I haven't shot this weapon more than one iteration. So we'll go through. We'll take our handy dandy puller. Pull that off. See if we can find where I put it. There it is. Also comes with this. It's kind of like a little cloth. Same exact thing. Screw it on. Put it through. Put the opposite end through. Now this will probably come back a little bit dirty. Just because it's a cloth, it's going to catch all that oil that was previously on. So we'll sit here. Again, like I said, to catch all that oil. Go ahead. Spin this off. You don't have to do it just one time. It's not a one-time fix-all thing. It is a do it until it's completely clean. And when you look through, you should see clean rifling pores, nothing, no carbon side of it. So we'll take this. We'll throw a little swatch tool on. Grab one of these. What I like to do is fold it in half. Feed a corner through. Grab it. There you go. So we'll take this off. We'll put it in here. It'll catch any excess that's left over. So just for speed and video purposes, I'm going to take it, do it one more time without the handle. Showing you that you don't need the handle, you can just pull it. It's not something that you need grip on. So there it is. Yours may come out dirtier depending on how much you use it or how little you use it. We'll go through, lift this out of our way. Okay, now that we're clean, let's go ahead and look down our barrel. Okay, so you can see, nice and clean. There's still a little bit of residuals on there, something I'll get afterwards, but you're gonna keep doing pull-throughs. And then your last but not least step, taking your charging handle, lining it up with those little ears, ensuring that your bolt is pulled forward, if you don't know what I mean. That's it pushed back. So, nice and pulled out. And there you go. That's how you disassemble your upper receiver and clean it. Any extra stuff that, if you do have a dirtier weapon than this, or if you don't, it's not bad. Don't feel bad. Just keep it clean. The more you clean your weapons, the more you take care of them, the better they'll take care of you when you need them. see here. Wipe any extra gunk off the outside. And wipe it down. And I'll wipe it down. So anything that's metal on your gun, make sure it's lubricated. Anything that's an O-ring, which there should only be one area, make sure it's lubricated. And then just wipe it on the fuzzies for OCD purposes. There you go.
The world needs bad men. We keep the other bad men from the door.